What's up, guys? Tilo here for the Parley. We are here in Rosemont, Illinois for Bobby Hitz's Rosemont Rumble. Fighters come on and try to put their talents on the line here in the ring, and we're going to get the reaction from a lot of boxers, fans, and show you what happened here in Rosemont, Illinois. Check it out. All right, guys, Tilo here for the Parley. I'm here with the promoter himself, the big man, Bobby Hitz, in the building. Bobby, listen, every time you throw an event, it's always grand, and big turnout today for your pre-Thanksgiving celebration, which, by the way, you mentioned you always did it traditionally, and you're back to it.
Yeah, we got away from it for a few years just because society changed. This night used to be a gigantic night. It was like a pre-New Year's Eve. Black Wednesday was like unbelievable. We got away from it. COVID hit a little bit, so we're starting over again. So we figured we bring back a tradition that we started some 30 years ago at the Ramada Hotel right here in Rosemont, which was our home base forever. And we're just blessed to be here in the town of Rosemont. It's great crowd, and I'm pleased with the turnout tonight.
Absolute great turnout. And the Chicagoland area, when you put Chicagoland, you put boxing, you put Bobby Hitz's name in it. You throw obviously the best events and the most grand events. What's the future for you in regards to Bobby Hitz boxing and what you're going to throw in the future? What does that look like for you?
You know what? It's a day-to-day situation because we can plan our work and work our plan, but we need to have the tools to work with. So it's about developing some new fighters, taking care of the guys who are veterans, getting them up the ladder to the next level, contendership, world titles, and bringing up the younger guys behind them, and just keeping the system going. So right now, we're developing a nice fan base once again after starting over after 3 years of being off from COVID. And the fighters are doing well. Thus far tonight, the fights have been spectacular.
Yes.
And I couldn't be more pleased.
Yeah, your staff has been amazing. You're a ring announcer, the Hall of Famer himself. Yeah, I know you make that face. I know you love it so much. I talked to you last time about Chicago boxing and how Chicago's always not looked at as a big market for boxing. But do you ever have a goal or a want to maybe to work with a promoter outside a state, maybe a big promoter, to bring something here to the city? There's a lot of boxing fans in Chicago.
You know what? Not necessarily, because I think we have a nice thing that we do here. Yeah. And sometimes you just have to be who you are. And so if you have the talent, the bigger things will happen. I don't need a bigger person to make Bobby Hitz do what he has to do. I need to have the fighter. I need to have the horse in the race to make it happen. So that's what we're going to develop next. Like when Andrew Fonfara, yeah, the former light heavyweight champion of the world, to join us.
The best promoter in Chicago.
Let him know.
And the best man.
Thank you.
Great show, and Bobby, let's fight together soon.
All right, no problem. You got it.
Exhibition.
Anytime. Love you. So Andrew, for instance, was a guy who he brought them out. So when he was on his rise and did what he did, it came here.
Right.
So I think Deontay Pettigrew is going to be that next guy. We have big aspirations for him, and I think he's going to be the guy that's going to bring Chicago back to prominence. We have a lot of hopes for him.
Yeah, that's awesome. One last thing for you, Bobby. As we see here pre-Thanksgiving and so forth, you bring the events out, people know about it. Do you plan on? And I know you do it as it goes, but would your goal to maybe be do two or three of these a year, if possible?
Well, my goal is to do 60 or 80 a year, but you need to have the talent, you need to have the fans, you need to have the sponsors. I could be as aggressive as I want, but I need all those elements to make my formula work. And there was a time where we used to do 10 shows a year. That it doesn't exist anymore. So we have to kind of become realistic, and we're going to be starting to do a program at the Hard Rock Casino in Rockford. So we're going to do 4 shows there and 4 shows here, which is the plan. So that gives us a total of 8. 4 and 4 is 8. I went to basic math, but I know how to count that high. So that's kind of my goal, but you need the fighters to do it. And I'm not interested in building records. I'm interested in building fighters. And it seems like a lot of these guys nowadays are so interested in building their record without building themselves as a fighter. And you never want to get your record bigger than your ability. because that's a recipe for disaster and it's a suicide mission. So to me, I think think small and keep it all and just kind of climb up through the ranks, fly under the radar and sneak up on somebody. That's kind of how I've always worked it, and I've had great success doing it. So I think we'll work in accordance with what we have to work with. If we have the horses to put in the race, then we're racing. If we don't, then we'll ad lib and do something different. We'll make an adjustment like an NFL football game. We'll adjust.
Well, not like the Bears, though. That's not.
I love the Bears. Stop. I love the Bears. It's my team. As you can see. Love the Bears. It's my team.
There you go. Well, there you have it. Boxing 101 with Bobby Hitz. Pleasure to be here as always. We always love your events, man.
We love you being here.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. This is Bobby Hitz, the man
Thank
himself.
You. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Let's go.
Watching the opener of Boxing TV, they did an awesome job for the opening contest here for the Rosemont Thanksgiving Rumble by Hitz Boxing. And we go to the judges and the scorecards. Judge Mike Fitzgerald scores the bout 58-56. Judge Lucas Corzon scores the bout 59-55. And Judge Alan Rosen scores the bout 58-56 for your winner via unanimous decision, the Soul Snatcher!
For this third announcement, we are honored to have here tonight a retired athletic journalistic for this year, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, guys, Tilo here for the Parley. We're here with Elia Carranza. Elia, still undefeated. You got unanimous decision today here in Bobby Hitz Boxing. You look good out there. You look strong, but you can tell your coach is telling me this is going to be one of her strongest competitions, and that's what it felt like. But you still look really good.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. I'm gonna be honest, I took a back of the head shot that really it caught me off guard, and it really made me push through that moment. So that really threw me off, but I was able to get my mind back, get everything under control, and just regain that ownership, that ring generalship that I needed to get through. So it was good.
In round 3 and 4, you can tell you slowed down a little bit to try to figure out what she was was doing, and then I saw you opening up towards the end of the rounds. Was that like one of the game plans that you had, where you were trying to read her and then open up at the end?
So typically, whether it's a game plan or not, that's kind of how I do. And the more the rounds go on, the more even during the rounds and then every round after, like that's just me getting better and better. I actually like 3-minute rounds. That's how we train. So I feel like when I come to do 2-minute rounds, towards the end, I'm already getting ready for that second minute and a half that I normally would have. And then the bell's about to ring, and I'm like, oh crap, wait, what just happened?
You know, you're in Chicago. You're from Miami, obviously. Did it feel a little different, the atmosphere, or did you even think about the location and where you were, or you in the ring?
So I actually love the location. It's absolutely beautiful out here, man. When we walked in, at the end of the day, when I'm in that ring, I feel at home. That's home to me no matter where it is. I actually was telling my team, like, I had the craziest deja vu the moment I walked in that ring, and I was just like, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. You know, it was just playing through my head like, damn, this is it right here, you know? So I know I'm lined up for everything I'm supposed to have. You know, I've got an incredible team. You know my team, so it's like we're excited for everything to come.
You know, you said you're excited for what's coming. What's next for you? What's your goal? What is the goal you want to attain after this?
Man, so we're coming from all the straps, man. We're definitely coming for all the belts, all the world champions. There's a couple champions that be sitting on belts, and I don't think that's fair to anybody. Take fights, make fights. You know, at the end of the day, this is the prime time women's boxing. There should be no champion sitting on belts not defending. If you have a belt, you need to be defending it. So let's go, let's work, let's play. You got Emma Cozen, who has the WBC, Cecilia Breakus, who has the interim. I'll take either one. Let's go, let's play, you know? So that's where we're at right now. We're going to be knocking on all those doors until somebody answers and somebody steps up to the plate and says, yeah, okay, I'll actually defend my belt instead of just sitting on it. So we're coming for it, bro.
Well, congratulations. We can't wait to see you in your next fight. And I got one more question for you. Where did you get these gloves? Fire!
So GT Boxing, that's actually their Instagram, GT Boxing. Incredible guys, man. They're all from New York, and we got this amazing partnership. I'm so grateful to them. Shout out GT Boxing, man. Thank you guys so much. They did a phenomenal job. These are the best fight gloves I've ever put on, man. And I've put on different fight gloves. I've worn all the rivals, all that crap. Nah, man, these guys right here, and that's why I love small businesses. I love when we come together. You know, I'm not one to go looking for the top dogs to sign and make a partnership with me. I don't care about them. They got all the athletes. Give me the guys that truly love this sport and want to grow with me, and we're going to be a team, and we go to the top together. So I'm excited for everything that's come with them.
Y'all, I don't know why I'm trying to box right now for no reason. Congratulations, I really appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, man. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for everything.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Tyson GTV, and we go to the judges and scorecards. Judge Alfredo Gallardo scores about 58-56. Judge Cassandra Lewis scores about 59-55. And Judge Pat Morley scores about 59-55 for your winner via unanimous decision.
Make sure that they get it off. Rihanna and Dina and all the hard workers. Here at the judges' stands. Here when you drink, serving you food. Let's give a round of applause for Steph here tonight at the Dome.
All right, guys, Tilo here for the Parley, here with Ronnie Halamo after your unanimous decision victory here at Bobby Hitz's event here, and still undefeated. You faced a guy who your coach was saying this might have been one of your biggest challenges, but you passed the test and you were more active. How'd you feel after the fight?
I felt great. I knew, like mentioned, based on stats, he is my toughest test, coming in at 5 wins and 1 loss. That 1 loss being against a tough opposition. So I knew Tristan was going to be my toughest test, but sure enough, I passed with it.
You know, in the middle of the fight, you came out strong, and then I can tell you do this sometimes where you step back and you assess the situation and see what the fighter's doing. I felt like you did that, and you were able to capitalize in the later rounds. I know your game plan's change in and out, but did you feel like this one was perfectly executed after what he gave you?
Yes, for sure. I always say this about myself. My biggest attribute is I don't have power. I don't have that good enough speed. What makes me special is my brain. I like to analyze my opponent, and once I started picking up trends about him and things I was able to land, I was like, okay. Then I was able to start picking it up bit by bit after the round started going.
You know, we talked about how your training camp got extended, in the pre-fight interview, and how that would affect you. Honestly, you look the same as you did in Miami. You looked well. You were in shape. You could go more rounds, actually, from what I saw. How are you going to, after this fight, and the challenge that you received, how are you going to go after that in regards to training and your preparation? Do you stay in the gym? Do you take a break? How does that work for you?
Malik Scott, shout out to Malik Scott. I heard him just recently say, after a fight, take about a week off, take about 2 weeks off, do a little strength and conditioning, but sharpen your tools, and that's literally what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna go straight off the back something hardcore. No, I'm gonna sharpen my mind, sharpen my skills, so that I'm ready to go for the next time.
What's next for you? You have a bright future in a sport like this. I know that obviously this is something that you do on in and out, right? And of course, it's not something. It's not your full-time gig, right? But really, your future looks bright in this sport. You have the talent, you have the skill. What do you want to do next?
Whatever my managers. I trust my manager, Trinidad Garcia. He really guides me, and I appreciate him everything for it. Shout out to Trinidad. I listen to whatever. If he tells me he wants me to fight this guy next, then hey, I'm all for it.
You know what we need to do is for his next fight, we need to all pitch in and get him some full Puerto Rican trunks, some full Puerto Rican gloves. Yeah. Ellie snapped today with her fit, did she not?
She showed me off.
We're going to do that. We're going to figure this out. Man. Congratulations, man. Still undefeated. Great job out there, bro. And we look forward to your next fight.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you. Good.
Appreciate you, bro. Yep, great job. We'll see you next time. All right, guys, Tilo here for the Parley here at Bobby Hitz Presents in Rosemont. Your team is doing great. We got one left, obviously. Coach Trinidad here from Unanimous Management and Unanimous Boxing Gym. Coach, to start with Ellie real quick. You saw, one of her toughest competitions. You even told me that during the fight. How do you feel her performance went today?
It was what we needed. We needed the rounds. We needed somebody with fresh legs, fighting somebody that was undefeated. We needed these rounds. We needed this experience so we continue growing. And, the sky's the limit for her. We're in the top 3 or 4. We're looking forward to, contending within this year. I don't see why we shouldn't. So I'm very proud of what she was able to pull off tonight.
She talked about, getting the belts. She wants them all, right? And that's her goal. How do you feel her trajectory to that is going to be, and how do you work that out managing her?
I think that's a very interesting question. I think it's multiple parts, but I'll try to make it short. I think absolutely that's the goal, is to be a world champion. I think there are multiple routes at 154 and 08. O'Shea Jones just won a title. There's Mary Spencer out of Canada at 154. I personally would love to see her fight Cecilia Breakhouse. She has the WBC world title now. I think that's the best fight for Elia right now. And then after that, we'll unify. I would love to fight O'Shea Jones for her 2 belts that she just got. I would love to go grab one so we can make it a bigger fight.
You know, with the way she fought today, you know, and the opponent, you know, holding her accountable, really, I felt like the whole fight, she had to really, you know, be smart in the ring, is what I saw today. You know, would you give her a different game plan going into her next couple of fights after what you've seen her do? Because she's usually pretty dominant, but today she had to focus.
You know, I think that focus is going to be seen more and more because of the quality of opponents that we're getting into. I think she adjusted nicely. She started to put things together. I wish she would have started a little bit sooner, but I think that's something that, you know, every fight she's going to learn something new, and I think she'll learn something new in the next one.
Well, she's also talking about she's throwing a fight. She's throwing a fight in Florida. Are we going, Coach?
I have no idea. You know, right now I want to get past tonight. I still got one more, and I'll give an answer after that. After we're 3-0 for the night.
Very good. Well, Ronnie Halamo was your, you know, obviously other fighter in your stable. Looked really good. He also I felt like he had to step back a bit. His opponent really, you know, he really Tristan. He was really holding Ronnie accountable as well. But I feel like Ronnie asserted his skill set, and he really did a good job of that.
Ronnie came into his own tonight. Ronnie showed multiple aspects of what he was capable of doing. I think it was easily a 5-1 type of fight, but you know, he did what he was supposed to do, and he dominated. And I'm very proud of Ronnie tonight.
Yeah. You know, and for his future, you know, he's got a lot of different avenues he can go with. And I know searching for a fighter is always a challenge as a promoter. But how do you feel his pathway goes after a fight like this?
You know, I want another tough opponent. You know, you can't, to me, that's not going backwards now. You know, he fought, you know, Tristan was 5-1 and 2 draws. We took this fight when Tristan was still undefeated, you know, at that time. And it was what I wanted. I've been looking at this fight for almost probably 3 or 4 fights ago. And I think the next step now is getting Ronnie in there with somebody else that's going to test him for the next level as well.
Well, you are 2-0 tonight. You got one more fight.
3-0's coming.
Yeah, we're waiting for Action Jack later on tonight. We're going to be talking to him later as well. Real quick, pre-fight preview for Action Jack. How you feeling?
He's a different fighter now. He's gonna box. He's gonna be in a stick. He listens like no other, and all the above. So I'm looking forward. It's gonna be a tough fight, but I'm looking forward to the victory.
All right, we'll see what happens. We're gonna find out later tonight at Bobby Hitz's Rosemont Rumble. Coach Trinidad, we appreciate you, big dog.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate you.
Thank you for everything.
Yes, sir.
Tell him.
There you go.
He's coming up.
Action Jack. See you guys.
Beats.
unanimous decision, Everett
All right, guys, Tilo here for the parlay. Of course, our correspondent here from Square Circle Report, Mr. Alex Correa, is in the building here in Rosemont for the Rosemont Rumble presented by Bobby Hitz. Alex, man, great fight so far. We're halfway through the event, obviously. One of the guys that you cover, Elliot Odabalis, with the unanimous decision victory. How do you feel about his performance?
He did great, man. He dominated, hit him with a clean punches. I think he busted him up pretty good. So I'm sure the team's happy with that. He got his rounds in. So shout out to Eddie and Rick Rommel's boxing team. So pretty good.
Eddie, Eddie's a special talent. You can tell. Like, what do you think his future looks like in his division, or even when he moves up?
Man, really bright, man. He got the pop, he got the dedication, the work ethic. So I see him going very high. So
we also saw Ronnie from Unanimous Boxing as well. He came up with a unanimous decision. How'd you feel about his performance?
Oh, I like that, man, because he fought an undefeated fighter, and that guy, none of them wanted to lose, obviously. But Ronnie landed the cleaner punches, and he outlasted him, man. He had more wind and everything, man. The other guy gassed out a little bit. Ronnie going to the body, and that was it, man.
He's got a bright future. If they do things right, he can do. He can go far in this sport. Also, finally, Ellie, coming from Miami, obviously in Florida, she did her thing, winning by unanimous decision as well. How do you feel about Ellie?
I liked her fight was awesome, very entertaining. Shout out to her opponent also. She did a nice job, but Ellie snapped, man. She landed the way cleaner punches. She came with the Puerto Rican flag, and Chicago got that. A lot of Boricuas over here, so they're happy to see that and support her. So shout out to Ellie.
Finally, Bobby, putting on fights in Chicago. There's a lot of boxing that happens in the city, but a big fight like this of the nature, how do you feel about it being in our state and in our city?
I love it, man. I mean, it's jam-packed out here, but so full house. So shout out to Bobby Hitz and putting on the show, all the fighters, managers that got this going, all the gyms. So shout out to everybody, man. And we need to bring more here, man, more often.
All right, Alex, tell them where they can follow you.
They already know, man. Squared Circle Report on Instagram and Squared Circle Report official on the YouTube.
There you go. Thank you, Alex. We appreciate you.
we go to the judges and scorecard. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Alfredo scores about 59-54. Judge Alan Rawson scores the fight 59-54. Judge Billy Moore scores the fight 58-56. For the winner, via unanimous decision,
CeeLo here for the parlay. I'm here with Action Jack. Action winning by unanimous decision. A fight where, man, you had to deal with some length and so a little bit of adversity in the last round, but you was confident in the end before they even called it. How'd you feel about the fight?
I'll give it a C on my side. You know, I made a lot of amateur mistakes. You know, and I learned from it. I take it, a win, get the win. You know, go home, do some homework, come back stronger. But I mean, I did what I had to do. You know, he a tough guy. I had hurt him in like the third and fourth round, and I just started headhunting when I should have went down low, and then it would have been over with. But you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah, it wasn't no question you had control of the fight. I mean, you were landing the cleaner punches, you were more active. It was just that last round where I heard your coach. I was like, I need this round, Action Jack. I need this round. What was going in your mind in that last round?
My coach, he always just extreme. Like, he make it seem like it's worse than it is. But I mean, that's just for me to put the gas on or whatever. But yeah, he was throwing big, and the crowd was reacting to the shots, but they really was rolling off my shoulder a lot of times. I kind of gassed, so like it'll look like I'll block it or I'll like let it roll off me, and then I wouldn't respond though, so it looked like I got clipped or something. Like, oh shit, he hurt. But yeah,
when you're facing a larger fighter, obviously you have to get the inside advantage, right? And you have to jab in and try to get inside. I feel like you did a good job of doing that. What would you take from this fight going into future fights when facing a longer opponent like that?
Commit to the body more, because I did it and then I stopped, and then when I go to the body, it'll just be one hard shot when I'm supposed to like accumulation and stuff. So yeah. I got to commit to the body and stuff though. So chop that tree down.
Your coach said this was going to be your most intense fight, and I think biggest challenge. I think we kind of saw that today in regards to just what you had to pull out. But you did look dominant. You did land the cleaner punches. What do you want to do going forward now, knowing that you've had a couple of fights under your belt and how to approach them?
I'm just going to see what's next on there. It wasn't my toughest fight. I was in the county. I had some tough fights in there. So yeah.
Let them know.
Yeah, them niggas ain't got shit on 26 in California, man. But
right.
But yeah, back to it. He was a tough guy though. I got to work on my cardio more than anything though. Yeah.
All right. What's the future hold for you, man? What do you want to do next?
I'm just going to enjoy this holiday season, get back to training and stuff. I'm gonna work on my consistency and like committing more, because it was a lot of times I just hesitated. But I'm gonna watch the film and I'm gonna get better like that though. It's still the beginning.
You pulled out the win. You stay undefeated. Congratulations, big dog. We can't wait to see you again.
I appreciate you.
All right. Any shout outs you want to give? You got a little crowd here right now.
Yeah. Shout out to all my supporters, all my family, girlfriends. Everything. Yep.
There you go. Action Jack stays undefeated here at Rosemont Rumble.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? CeeLo here for the parlay. 15-year NBA veteran Kendall Gill there. Don't forget to subscribe to everything you see there in the description box. We want to hear from you guys. And, of course, hit that bell for the notifications. Like that, you know what's going on.
Hit it.
By the way, just want to make sure you know, Tyson Fury has never lost a fight to Deontay Wilder.
And this is untrue. He lost the first fight.
I don't even want to hear it, bro.
He lost the first fight.
I don't even want to hear it, bro.
He lost the first one.
He did it, bro.
He lost the first one.
He did it, bro.
You have yet to watch that fight with me. He lost the last two, but not the first.